tasty, tasty. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really great Thursday. Just realised that I've got my pockets full of half the tools I need for the day, like my knife and everything, and it's not very comfortable to sit on. I forgot to move the camera, so let's just fix that so it's a little bit more centred. Right, which way do we need to go? That's it. There we go. That's better. That's better. Right, okay. Where to start? Frankie1001, congratulations. You are first today. So well done on that front. Fredzillosaurus Rex, good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for being here. Kaz online as well. Rob's here too. What's up, Jay and chat? And thank you so much for the 4 months of subs as well, dude. I thoroughly appreciate that. We should be working. Do you guys work together? Or do you just know you both should be at work? Jay in the house, how's it going, y'all? I'm doing well, man. Jay, you have some explaining to do, says Smoked Out. It's never a good sign when someone says you need to explain something. Manta hype. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I opened the board yesterday. I couldn't wait. Normally, when I get a keyboard in, I wait until stream to open it so you guys see it for the first time with me. As soon as the Manta came in yesterday, I was like, I'm opening this to Mel, and I just opened it like there in the bottom of the office. Jay late. Am I ever late?
Tasty, tasty.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't always get to stream on a Thursday, so like it's when if and when I get a chance to stream right on a Thursday. That's it. I just realised that some of my private bills are visible on the stream camera. I've done it like tidy up. I did not tidy my desk particularly well beforehand today. Normally I'm a bit more on the ball with that kind of thing. There we go. That's better. Took that out of the way. Took this bag out. Took these keycaps out of the way. Took my phone out of the way.
Tasty, tasty.
Does that look better? Is that a little bit more aesthetic? There we go. Maybe. Zoom in the camera a little bit, maybe. There we go. That hides the mess easier. Just zoom the camera in and we don't have to look at the mess. Go away, Scales. Right, there we go. That's better. I hope lime shots come out more often in the future. Roll for caffeine. Dude. So if you don't know, guys, like on Jay's Roastery, on the TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for Jay's Roastery, my coffee company, I've been doing a little segment every day, just a 2-3 minute video of me playing Dungeons and Dragons to roll a creator coffee. So basically different dice rolls and different outcomes will determine which coffee I'm drinking that morning. I've had some pretty bad ones. Like anything with soy milk is bad for me. I don't like soy milk, and soy milk keeps coming up.
Incredible.
And then there was one with lime in it. So we have all of these different flavored syrups. So we've got all the nice ones like caramel and French vanilla and, you know, pumpkin spice and all of this. But we also have some really bad ones, like for coffee in particular, like peppermint, lime, and watermelon. So the lime coffee, the coffee with lime in it, and it also didn't help that it was a cold coffee. I didn't want to put ice in it, but it was a cold coffee with lime in it, and then it had a double shot of espresso as one of the other flavour shots in, and then to top it off, one of the other options was another double espresso. So it was 6 shots of espresso with lime syrup in it, and it was just not good. Anyway, if you want to watch that, you can go find Jay's Roastery, have a look on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, because it's posted on all of them.
Tasty,
So, yeah.
tasty.
I got a partial refund for order after it was shipped. Smoked Out. I don't know. Like I do about half the packages shipping myself. Mel does the rest of them. I don't know about that. But if you've ever got a question for us, you can just email us and we'll be able to tell you what happened, or there'll be a note in the bag saying what happened, or the box saying what happened as well. Sometimes if we don't have something, we'll refund the order. So let's say you ordered 3 keycap sets and 2 novelty sets, and one of the novelties was sold out or failed QC. We'd just refund that as the rest of your package was going out and do that. Sometimes if someone orders switches, they'll order like 90 switches. We've only got 80 in. We'll just refund all of the switches and send them the 80 for free, or whatever we've got, and then we mark it as out of stock on the website. So, like, yeah, it could be something like that. I don't know in particular. But yeah, if you email in, we can let you know. Or if the package is about to be delivered, there'll be a note in there saying what we've done. Usually, unless we forgot, in which case you'll have to email. Or you'll see when you open it. But whatever's been refunded, it should tell you as well. Board Gaz, hey man, thanks for being here. Just got jump scared forgetting I'd put this on in the background. Sorry, dude. I apologize. One Dak Enigma. Hey, man. Good to see you, dude. Cherry Waves Live. Good afternoon. Hello, hello. Chaos 23. Hello, yes, I'm here. Chaos, you've been coming up on my dice rolls on Roll for Caffeine a lot. Rolling Chaos all the time. Bosch 15. Thank you so much for 14 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. Over a year now. Hello, Jay in chat. Looking forward to the HyperBeige unboxing. Yeah, it turned up either yesterday afternoon or first thing this morning. I can't remember which. All of the orders have now shipped and been collected, and I have my personal set here. And then extras for HyperBeige are going to go in stock tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So, yeah, if you're ready for that, be ready for it. But Gito, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. And Bartowski, thank you so much for 33 months of subs as well, dude. I thoroughly appreciate that. Yuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yuck. The lime was bad. The diabolical lime indeed. It's not the worst thing on the Roll for Caffeine list. Like, there are worse combinations that can come out. There are better combinations as well, but that is not the worst coffee that could come out. We had a really good one the other day that had French caramel and sea salt in it with chocolate sprinkles on top. That was all right, actually. I really enjoyed that. I drank the whole thing. Like some of the lime one, I couldn't finish it. Like I tried. I had 2 big gulps of it on the video. It was not good. It was not good. The one I recorded today, which will be live tomorrow as well, also not good. Like, yeah. So it's interesting. It was the last 90 switches. Oh, okay, if it was the last 90 switches, we might not have had them all smoked out, in which case we probably refunded all of the switches and just sent you what we had for free. That's typically how we handle that. Because then at least you get something for free, get a little freebie if that's like 80 or 50 or 20 switches, whatever it is, and obviously we refund you as well. So yeah. I think this face cam zoomed in a little, maybe just me. Yeah, so the face cam, I can't remember if it is it this? There you go. Or we can zoom out. Oh. Okay, you can see it my nose now. Maybe I need to... How far in does the zoom go? Pretty far. It zooms out quite far as well. We should probably leave it on the furthest out zoom setting. Yeah. Other hand for zoom out. Oh, is it the other hand? Is that how it is? Oh, it's zoomed all the way out. So that's zoom in. Oh, is it up? Oh, it's up and then down. It's up and down. It's the same hand, it's just up and down. So I can make you guys seasick by doing this. Okay, I'll put it back. I promise I'll put it... Oh, wait. It's confused now. There we go. Now we know why the UPS man wasn't able to use the bug. Yeah, that wasn't anything to do with that coffee. I hadn't had that coffee when I recorded that. But the UPS man came in to deliver. So the UPS come twice a day. They come to deliver packages first thing on the morning, which is usually around 8:30, and then they come in the afternoon to collect packages, which is usually around 3 p.m. And he came in yesterday morning, and at the time he came in, Mel was packing some orders and I'd nipped to the loo. Now in the toilet here you can't hear anything because it's a big solid door, there's a vent fan on inside, so you can't really hear anything going on outside in the workshop. And Mel had to, he'd asked Mel, he's like, oh Mel, can I use your toilet? And she's like, no, Jay's in there. So he got a little bit unlucky there. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake, and I really did owe that amount. I like, you wouldn't owe us anything. But drop us an email. Like, if we've refunded all of the switches, it's probably because we ran out and we've just shipped you for free whatever we had left. Like, when it's like the last pack of switches and that happens, that's typically what we do. We just send them out for free and refund it. We had a customer a little while ago. I think he ordered 400 switches or some big astronomical number like that. And because that's our policy, he ordered 400 switches and we only had like 220 switches. So he refunded the 400 and sent him the 220 for free. He was quite nice about it. He, at least that's enough to use, right? I guess. But yeah. It's all fun. Right. Where do I need to catch you up with PT news then? So, where to start? So HyperBeige has come in. All the orders have been packed. Everything's been shipped and collected by UPS today. There's some in-stock orders that came in last night and this morning that I haven't got to yet and won't ship until tomorrow now. I just was doing HyperBeige and I just kind of had some other things. And we do keyboards and coffee on a Thursday morning, so we had a lovely lady come in this morning to talk keyboards and other things. And yeah, so I just kind of missed a few little bits. Beta has not shipped from GMK yet. That's still in production, so that's not going to be here for a little while. I think that's going to be another month or so. So yeah, so we can't ship orders for Beta.js at the moment, but we will ship them as soon as it arrives. I'd be flustered if I get refunded in full, even though you've already shipped whatever's left. We usually put a little note in the package to say keeper, like, these switches are for free. The rest, we couldn't fulfill your order. The rest of the switches are now out of stock. Have these ones on us, kind of thing. We usually pop a little note in there to say that. So yeah, just a nice little surprise for the customer when they open it up. It's better than like opening it up and find out you've only got 30 when you paid for 17. So we'd rather, it's just a little surprise, just something nice we do. So yeah, PT news. So that's all done. Our next shipment's currently underway. I was checking the ship earlier on. The ship's well underway. We're trying to look at doing some of our paperwork early for the port clearance. We typically don't do this because it can, if you get it wrong, it can lead to delays. So if you declare something on the paperwork now that then is found untrue when they haven't done the bill of lading and stuff like that, which is what you get to approve the shipment, if there's discrepancies, it can delay things, but we think we're pretty confident on this one. So we're going to try and do some of the paperwork a little bit early next week, and then hopefully it should speed up the customs clearance process. So that should arrive in about 3 weeks' time. So maybe I'll be here at the workshop 20th, 25th, something like that, of September. But there's a lot of stuff in it, so I'm pretty excited for that. Saw that GMK N16 is coming soon. Might be the first that I've bought in over 2 years. Yeah, so we're just working out how many base kits we're going to order for that, because it's going to be like an in-stock thing. But what we might do is we might put the order in and then do a pre-order if the designer's okay with it. Just so that when it comes, we can get it out to the people that want it. And it's not like just a fight for in-stock stuff when things released. So we'll have a look and see what we can do for that. But no promises. But I think we're going to be hosting it. So yeah, it does look really good, Matt Black. Oh no, I put an order in for 2 Datsuns. I don't think we have that listing on the store, sir. Apologies. But yeah. And we can't do it with everything. Like, we can't do it with key sets. If you order 5 base kits and we only have 1, we're not going to refund you for 5 base kits. But with switches, it's kind of like a little consumable. And I don't think we've ever turned a profit on switches. I think we tend to average like a penny a switch or something like that in profit on switches. So given that, it's fine. Snicket, thank you so much for 34 months of subs. Thoroughly appreciate that, dude. You're getting on for almost 3 years. 2 more months, that'll be 3 years of subs. It's kind of crazy. What else do I need to tell you about? I've tried something new on Instagram. Let's show you this actually. Let's in fact I'll just get it up. I'll just get Instagram opened and then I'll show you. So we've tried a couple of new things actually. Where's my browser? Is it going to work? Okay, there we go. So I've tried a couple of new things. So first of all, I posted a silly meme, which is Taylor Swift, and I just thought it was funny. I'd appreciate your opinion, guys. Do you like this kind of engagement, or do you prefer we just stick to the regular keyboard content? Let me know, because like I don't want to post stuff like this if you guys don't enjoy it. But if you like the silly memes and us leaning into them, I'll do more of it, because I have ideas for stuff like this every day, and I've always kind of shied away from it because I felt, oh, maybe it detracts from the brand or whatever. So let us know if memes are good. Tell me. If memes are bad, tell me. Because I'm always excited to hear. And then the other thing that I've tried today is I did this reel. You love the memes? Cool. Okay, that's good to know. I did this today. So normally when I do like a story, if I show you stories, normally they're just, oh, hold on, because that's what I was going to show you. Normally they're just me walking around the workshop. Is the one? Yeah, okay. So this is basically what a story is. It's just me walking around the workshop, pointing out things that we're doing, kind of told from a first-person perspective. You don't really see me in them too much. And I've been playing around with putting the captions on and stuff like that. That's the Roll for Caffeine stuff there in the background. But then today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I recorded the usual video for HyperBeige arriving and putting it up as an Insta story. And I thought, hang on, wait, let's do something different with this. So, oh, there's the Roll for Caffeine for today. So I did this, and let me know what you think. Like, is this better? Oh, it only played for a second. So is this kind of thing better? This kind of video better? You know, with some fun memes like tearing off the screen and me talking about it. Is this better? I mean, that's a lie because it got shipped out today. Like, I don't know. Like, this didn't take long to do. It was only like 15 minutes extra, which is doable, right? If I only do it once or twice a day, it's doable. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Like, it's not been posted long enough to have any insights on it, but yeah, I'm just interested to know what you guys think. Is stuff like that fun? Is stuff like that not fun? Is it a terrible idea? Is it a good idea? You know, how do you feel about it? Yeah. Memes are good. Also, we'll get some eyes on those posts that normally wouldn't be looking. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Post memes, pretty sure you also pull in new customers if the algorithm decides to show your post to everyone else's feeds. Yeah, I think this is the thing that I'm not clued up on. What I should have done is I actually should have tagged Taylor Swift on. I've got to fly. Go away, fly. I should have tagged Taylor Swift on the one. She would have not done anything with it, but I'll put hashtag Taylor Swift on it or something. Yeah, I like these types of video. It makes the brand feel a bit more personal and you're part of the experience as a customer. Okay, cool. Okay. So normally it's just me walking around and pointing at stuff, but like we can do some of those things. It's quite fun. Your personal stories, funny incidents, memes, make it feel like we're friends sitting around in your family room talking about keeps and life in general. You built a community and we're peeps hanging out, enjoying one another and learning the process. Oh, that means the world to me. Thank you so much. I want people to enjoy keyboards, and I want people to enjoy the camaraderie, the hobby, each other, not in a weird pervy way, but like, you know, just enjoy each other's company, enjoy getting, you know, information from people, seeing new things. And I kind of want to like not just be static, and I want to kind of be doing new stuff all the time, like doing Roll for Coffee. I know that's Roll for Caffeine. I know that's like a different brand, but you know, just little things. So thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it. If anyone's got anything negative to say as well, please don't hold back. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be offended, because I'm not sure how I feel about these. I feel like maybe these aren't me, whereas the other one, the historic ones, have been me. So yeah, I'm trying to lean into it. I'm trying to grow and be different. Yeah, if it works, it works. That's the plan. And speaking of, I'll show you Jay's Roastery as well. So this is the Jay's Roastery, the coffee website. And then it's got the link to our Instagram underneath. So you can see all of our latest posts. So we've got Roll for Caffeine, for example, on here, episode 6. And this is where we make a coffee based off of dice rolls. So yeah, these are I called it Limey Town today, episode 6, Limey Town. Cold coffee with lime in it. Not good. Not good. It's not good. It's not good. But it's fun to play, right? It's fun to play, and then I can have a nice coffee afterwards, like when I'm drinking. Flavor shots 18, look, and 13. Oh, this one's not the. This isn't the one from. Oh, it is the one with lime, is it, right? Yeah, it is the one with lime in. Yeah, shot of lime in. There you go. So this is where we're putting the syrups in. There is sound on these as well. I'm just not playing this.
And lime?
And lime, yeah. And it took ages to get the pump to work as well. So yeah, lovely. It's not good in a coffee. But yeah, it's got to be fun. Oh, that was with dairy. It wasn't with soy. The one today was with soy. The one today was with soy. And an espresso top off. Why did I come up with the idea of doing an espresso top off? I'm not wearing the same t-shirt either. I have like 10 of these. That one's slightly lighter in colour. Oh no, the door's ringing, guys. The doorbell's ringing. I will be back. Give me 30 seconds, guys, and I'll be back. I'll pause that because I'm going to have to answer the door. All right, I'll be back as quick as I can. Sorry about that, guys. That was not the caffeine cops. That was my neighbours asking for help with their mobile phones. So, yeah. I will figure that out with them. They're going to come around in the morning for a coffee. So, yeah. We'll finish that way. Anyway, so yeah. So this is where I try the coffee. You can see here, like, I'm instantly not happy with it. Lime in a coffee is not good. So, yeah. Anyway, go check it out. Buy some coffee. Don't buy some coffee. Buy some keyboard stuff, don't buy some keyboard stuff. Whatever you're going to do. What else do I need to tell you about PT News? Is there anything else that's going on that I need to tell you about? Oh yeah, the sale. We still have 30% off on a huge range of stuff until the end of the month. So the 31st, I think that's Sunday. Yeah, until the end of Sunday, there's like 400 different product lines with 30% off. You can check that out on the website. There's a big banner on the website as well. I think, yeah, summer sale. Go have a look at that, but there's a ton of cool stuff in it. I'll show you. Yeah, there's like key sets in there. There's keyboards, Hebe Artisans. There's a Zoom 98 keyboard kit. What's left of the Darling keycaps, Artisans, PVT Fans Classic Grey. I don't know why this isn't much more of a banger. Like, this is such a cool set. And I thought when you get 30% off that, it's not £64, it's £44.81. It's 45 quid. I thought that would be an absolute banger, but apparently I was wrong. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that's nice and cheap and discounted. That was including the VAT, right? Yeah, £64 including VAT. And then, oh, we've got two. If you can't, yeah. So look, £44.81 including VAT, £37.34 excluding VAT. PBT Fans warps and has uneven spacing between the keys because of it. I mean, it's just like, it's very, very minor, and that's why it's £64 at full price and not £120 like GMK. It's half the price of GMK set. That's why. And PBT Fans is getting better. The Classic Grey is one of the newer sets. It's actually better. So their stuff is always improving. You keep hanging up that Brassillora every time there's a sale, but I have so many 65s already. Have you? I don't know if you've seen the Brassillora in real life. I showed it on stream a couple of weeks ago, but it's a chonker. It's in fact, we showed one on stream and the guy liked it so much that he bought it. How much? Oh, there's only one left. Okay, how much is this with the discount on it? So instead of being £695, it then comes in at £486. I wonder if we. Okay. I tell you what, Hungry Hannah. If you do buy it in the sale, I'll chuck a free keycap set in with it. Like, when I see the order, I'll chuck a free keycap set in with it if you do buy it. If you don't, that's cool. Don't want to force you, but yeah, I'll chuck a free keycap set in if you do buy it. There you go. That's my little promise to you. Because we're a community and we're friends, I like to think. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, so please do take a look. I'll drop the link into chat so you can take a look. It finishes on. It'll be a random keycap set It'll be something nice. Don't worry, I won't throw something crap in there. It'll be something nice. It'll be something nice. I promise. Anyway, there's the link. Go have a look. Buy something. Don't buy something. It's cool. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for PT news. Mel's back in tomorrow, and we'll catch fully up to date with in-stock orders. And then there's a few things I need to do tomorrow about shipping to the USA. So the rules change with tariffs, and the de minimis inclusion, instead of it being $800, that's removed from midnight tonight or 1 a.m. going into tomorrow. We've shipped a load of stuff out today. I've just had an email literally 53 minutes ago from UPS, which says, with the de minimis value being removed as of midnight tonight, I would like to share the attached with you to support a smooth clearance and onward delivery service for your customers. And then there's an attachment. In fact, you know what? I will share it with you guys, and then you can see. Oh, I thought it was a PDF. It's not. It's Can I open that in a browser window? Let me see. No, it just downloads it. Let me figure out the way to. Hold on. If I print, can I save it as a PDF? Okay. I'm saving it as a PDF so I can open it in a browser window and show it to you. There we go. Got it. Okay, so this is the document that I've received from them, which I haven't read through yet. So this is me learning about it. So let's zoom in a little bit. Why is the browser window so not so wide? Let's do. Does that fit? Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so effective August 29th, duty-free de minimis application will be eliminated for low-value products. All US imports, regardless of their value, country of origin, mode of entry, or how they are routed into the country, will now be subject to applicable US duties and taxes, i.e. tariffs, when shipped via non-postal networks, i.e. by courier services. Effective from August 7th, new tariffs or rates apply for all countries listed in Annex 1. I'm pretty sure that's us. Any countries not listed will have a 10% tariff. Additional tariffs on the European Union countries will only apply when the rate is below 15%. So that's nice and clear. As of August the 1st, US imports of semi-finished copper products, such as copper pipes, wires, rods, sheets, and tubes, doesn't include keyboards luckily, and copper-intensive derivative products, such as pipe fittings, cables, connectors, and electrical components, will all face a 50% tariff. Luckily, copper and keyboards is not included in that. More information is available here. As of July the 9th, all US imports of FDA-related products, that's in the past, regardless of quantity or value, are subject to the same regulatory requirements and must be submitted for FDA review. All prior exemptions for shipments of low-value FDA-regulated products are now rescinded. It just makes it really difficult. So, up to $800 US, informal entry is applicable for eligible products as de minimis exemption has been suspended. Up to $2,500, informal entry is allowed to be utilized for eligible products, and above $2,500 US, it's got to be filed as a formal entry. This is just going to be a nightmare to do. And this is all of the stuff that we have to provide, depending on and what might be due. So if it's under the $2,500, then we've got to do an IOR, tax ID, a POA bond, merchandising processing fee, a duty fee, a UPS surcharge, and an MID figure. Oh joy, oh fun. There's details on what we need to do. Oh man. Tax IDs are going to be mandatory. New commercial invoices we've got to produce. This is going to be a real pain. This is going to be something that Sharon and I are going to have to sit down tomorrow and go through and see how we have to change how we trade for the US customers. But it is what it is. Are you going to Clacky Fest? Unfortunately not. I just can't justify the cost at the moment with all of the changes to the US stuff and just the way the keyboard market is in general right now. It wouldn't be a wise use of funds to go to it. FDA regulated includes coffee. We only ship coffee to the UK, and if customers request it, we can then ship it to other parts of the world, but it technically goes under the keyboards shipment at that point. So we coffee's a commodity that's available anywhere. It would not make sense for us to ship it worldwide when it's produced in pretty much every country. So yeah, I assume the FDA stuff would be coffee if we were going to ship it to the USA. I'm a tax lawyer and I don't understand this shit at all. Oh well, more JO2 HHKBs when. JO2 is never going to run again, but the JO1 final edition and JO3 I've got a meeting this week to talk about, and they will happen soon. That's all I can say. USA discovering the bureaucracy and import taxes we've always had in Europe. So it's a little bit different. Tariffs aren't quite the same as taxes. The end result for the customer is the same, and I agree we've had it in Europe for a long time, and it's been variable as to how it's been handled in Europe. The thing is, when these taxes were introduced in Europe, people weren't importing stuff like privately, like they just weren't. Like, you know, they've been rules in the EU and the UK for 30-40 years since the last, you know, since decimalisation and when the tax regime changed and all of that kind of stuff. If we'd never had them and it happened to us now, we would be in the same boat as America is. Like, we would be struggling to understand how to implement it, how to tax it correctly, and how to produce stuff. It would not be easy. So you can't look at it and say, oh, they're just doing what we do already. It's not as simple as that. It's, you know, when things have gone on so long and people have been able to do things in a certain way for so long, change is not easy. And I've talked about this before, but what they should have done is they should have made the change over time, and they should have reduced the de minimis rate from 800 to 500 to 250 to 0. They shouldn't be doing it all in one go, in my opinion. But, you know, I'm not an economist, I'm not a tax accountant, I'm not anything like that. It's just my opinion. People thought Brexit was fun. Brexit was expensive and time consuming. So the interesting one with Brexit, which is, this is from a tax perspective. So this is value added tax that we have in the UK and in the EU as well. Pre-Brexit, you would, if you had a customer from anywhere in the EU, because the UK was part of the EU at this point, if here in the UK we had a customer from the UK, we would charge them UK VAT. And pre-Brexit, if the customer was from any EU country, we would charge them UK VAT, and that would all get paid to the UK VAT channel. Then post-Brexit, what was supposed to happen is, so we had a load of group buys that happened before Brexit, and then Brexit was implemented on the 1st of January 2020 when it all actually happened. So when that happened, we had orders we'd taken in 2019 prior to this, or 2021 or whenever the date was. I can't remember when they actually came into force. 2021, I think it was, yeah. So we'd had orders in 2019 and 2020 that we hadn't shipped at that point. So those customers from the EU had paid UK VAT at checkout. And that had all been paid to the VAT man. All that money was gone. That was with the VAT man. It had been done correctly. But the orders hadn't shipped. Then, when the changes happened on the 1st of January 2021 and the Brexit rules were implemented and the UK was no longer part of the EU, any new shipment to the EU at that point would then incur the recipient country's VAT taxes at point of import. And that was fine for people buying in stock, because it's like, you know, okay, you don't pay VAT on our store anymore, you get things cheaper, but then you pay your taxes on import. That was fine. All of the orders that we had already taken the VAT for and given that VAT to the tax man, we were then shipping them, and we were having to pay the VAT bill for the customers, because of course they've already paid their VAT. It's not fair on the customer to have to repay the VAT a second time. So we paid it, thinking at some point we'll be able to claim this back. I think it was we were doing a lot less business then, so it was about 50,000 euros. I think we paid extra to the VAT man. Only then they were like, oh no, you can't ever claim it back. Sorry, it's tough. So now we do have a much simpler process where EU customers pay their VAT and taxes at checkout. We ship, they don't get any import fees, and we handle that with the EU directly. So it's called IOSS. And I think we're probably going to do something similar for US customers. We're going to turn it on so that at checkout they will pay their correct tariffs and duties and import, whatever the de minimis removal impacts for. We will charge them their correct tariff, and then they will ship it under a different process called Duty Deliveries Paid, DDP, which means that they won't get any import duties themselves. So it should be plain sailing. But the taxes will still be paid. We'll just pay them for the customer effectively. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Brexit was really tough. As I say, I think we lost about 55 grand over Brexit because we'd already paid the VAT man, and then we had to pay all of the import duties for customers again. So it was one of those things. Can't believe that there is capacity to suddenly process all the parcels coming to the US. So this is why the mail services have stopped. So on the mail, so there's two methods of shipping stuff internationally. There's mail services and courier services. On the mail services side of it, not female, male, MAIL, not human male. On the mail side of it, how it basically works is all of the standardized mail services around the world have an agreement that if you ship something from here with Royal Mail to the US Postal Service will deliver it. If you ship something from the US Postal Service to Royal Mail will deliver it, and they will handle that themselves. That's now changing because they don't have the capacity at the United States Postal Service to process all of the new tariff payments. So a lot of postal services such as Royal Mail here in the UK, I think the German Postal Service and the French Postal Service and a few others have also said we're just not going to ship packages to the US right now until we figure all this out, because they can't handle the extra processing workload. So you can't ship by mail now to the USA. You can ship via courier service, and the reason for that is because the courier service in those instances are the ones that will have to do all of the duties and handling of the import fees, and I'm sure they'll charge a premium for doing it, but they are the ones that will handle all of that. So there's no pressure on the US Postal Service, there's no pressure on anyone else. It's all on the courier service that's picking it up and dropping it off, because DHL is the same whether they pick it up from here and drop it off over there. It's the same company, same for USPS, for UPS, not USPS. So it's one of those things. Be nice to orangutans, they don't deserve that comparison. Maybe. Should have made the Brexiteers pay it. That's dangerous terminology, Rack, because that's what Trump says about tariffs. Oh, it's okay, the people sending the products will pay the tariffs, which is not how it works at all. The funny part is that Mr. Cheeto still claims tariffs as if they will be paid for by shipping countries, when the reality is it's customers who will pay the bill. Yeah, because he doesn't understand them. He doesn't understand what tariffs are. Tariffs are basically a tax on the customer for importing a product. The government wants, or the US government wants, its slice of the pie for something produced elsewhere that was nothing to do with it. Which is fine. I get that. It's revenue. I get it. It's revenue on products sold. It's a sales tax, ultimately, just not on stuff that's sold within the US's constitutional area. But they want to tax it. I get it. I understand it. I don't inherently disagree with that. What I disagree with is the process of how they've done it and how they communicate that message. That sales tax is never going to be paid for by the people sending the packages. Why would I pay additional money to send packages to a customer and lose money? Especially when it's like a Chinese-based product and the tariffs are 50, 65%, whatever they are. It just doesn't work. The price will be increased for the customer. Gotta say, this is more informative than any of the internal tax sessions I attended back when Brexit happened. Kudos, Jay. Dude, like, I am not a tax expert. I am not a tax specialist. I have just lived and breathed this for years now, and it's somewhat ingrained on my mind. Not usually one to steer a conversation away from tax, but JO3, 60%. Tell me more. JO3 is not a 60%. It's a 1800 style keyboard. If you really want me to show you the best god,
Tasty.
let me know, and I will go grab one, because I have got the prototype downstairs. And the JO1 final edition is coming soon. It'll be customers everywhere else in the world. We've already seen the like of Sony and Microsoft increase prices elsewhere to cover US tariffs. I mean, for us, it will be, the US customers that pay the tariffs. Does the USA represent a significant portion of PT sales? Yeah. About 30% of our sales go to the US, which are now going to just stop overnight. So we're going to see a 30% reduction in revenue. We've already seen it happening because people have been scared of tariffs. So it was, if you go back to like January, February, March time, it was like 30% of our sales, pretty much, give or take every month, was to the USA. and that's probably been down to about 12% over the past couple of months. And I think from tomorrow it'll probably be non-existent. I mean, well, it will be for a couple of days because we'll have to turn off US shipping until we figure out how to charge customers the correct duties and taxes. So we'll be turning that off first thing in the morning. And then we'll turn it back on once we know how to charge the correct amounts. But yeah, it's a significant number. It's not something we can't. It's not something we can ignore. Like, we're having to strategize around how we handle that, and it might mean changes here at PT because it's such a big volume of our revenue. Like, it just is. Sadly, the US market dominates the keyboard hobby, and I say sadly because I don't have a problem with the US market. It's great. It's fantastic. It's just never been as big anywhere else in the world. So, like, here in the UK, it's much, much, much smaller. Which is why, although we have more vendors here in the UK, or we have a lot of vendors, I'd say we have more vendors per volume of people in the hobby than any other country in the world, I'd suspect. Because we've definitely got more vendors in the UK than there are in the EU, and there's more people in the EU that are in the hobby than there are in the UK. But yeah, the US market is massive. The US is very much built around a consumeristic approach to life, to transactions, to buying things. Incomes are typically higher, taxes are a little bit lower. You come to the UK, salaries are a little bit lower, and people tend to have a range of things that they want to spend funds on, like different hobbies, whereas people are more secluded in their hobbies in the USA. And I mean secluded in the way that they tend to be more narrow in terms of which hobbies they pursue. They don't tend to have like 25 different hobbies like a lot of people do here in the UK. People in the US tend to be hyper focused on one or two hobbies, and it's quite an interesting dynamic actually when you look at some of the psychology behind it, which we do in part of our market research. So so America is very consumeristic, and they do. I would imagine it's going to be the same for almost every vendor. That the US is a significant portion of their sales, no matter where they are in the world, and that's going to start to hit other vendors. It's something we are actively having to take actions on because it's big. Royal Mail just add the tariff when I buy shipping labels. They switched everything back on this afternoon, just shipped some stuff. Cool, that's good to know. Unfortunately, most of our stuff is too heavy to go by Royal Mail, and they end up wanting us to do it through Parcel Force, which is just uncompetitive, especially when you have to start insuring stuff. So yeah, but I'm glad to know they've turned it back on for you guys. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to charge US customers the tariffs and de minimis fees at checkout. That's the only thing I can think of. Or let them risk it, and we'll give them the choice, to be honest. We'll probably give them a choice and say, like, if we ship this and you don't pay the tariffs at checkout, it's on you. Jenga, thank you so much for 27 months of subs. Mr. Kalane, thank you so much for being here. He treats the US government like a business that is to make a profit, I think. Them asking for slices of cash from NVIDIA to export, etc. feels a bit filthy to me. Yeah, I mean... Trump's stance on a lot of things is interesting, and I don't follow everything he does. I only follow what's relevant to PT, really. But he strikes me as the type of person who tries to sell his ideas as corporate culture almost. He's trying to sell a culture that he doesn't really believe in himself. And it's an empty culture is what he's trying to sell. He's trying to sell the what his version of the great American dream is, which is unrealistic and unattainable, and he's trying to package that up as a business proposition, and that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So it's the end of the 60% in the J series. Now I feel a lot less bad about holding two group buy JO2s back then. Not into bigger boards personally, but best of luck with the JO3 project. I'm sure it'll be great. Thanks, man. Yeah, no more 60s coming from the J. Once the JO1 FE and the JO3 are out, that'll be it for the J series. We won't be doing them anymore. That's what I'm doing, just a blanket 10% addition to total cart amount, which basically covers a tariff. I piece is far more difficult for you, though. I just ship small items to Royal Mail. That's perfect for me. Yeah, I think, David, the other thing as well is you're making, even if you buy your parts from overseas, because of you're making cables, what you're effectively doing is you're making a significant change to the properties of what you're buying, so you can claim that it is manufactured in the UK. Many of the things that we sell, such as keycap sets like PBT fans, for example, because that's produced in China, and then we get it here. Although we will QC it and we'll pack it and ship it, that's not meaningful change. And this is the legal terminology, meaningful change, which is a huge grey area. It's not. I don't think it's enough meaningful change for us doing QC to claim that we can then claim it was produced here in the UK or done anything other than just packaged here in the UK. So we can't claim it. Same for GMK sets from Germany, which will obviously have the EU tax on top. I mean, we assume, like, I won't know until we start shipping this stuff after this has all been removed as to how it's actually going to play out in terms of like real cash amounts. And we'll probably do some test shipment to some friends I've got over there and just like see how it pans out and see how it gets charged. But yeah, so there's a legal terminology called meaningful change, which if you fit within that pot, you can claim, oh, it's meaningful enough change that it's now okay for us to say it was produced in the UK. So we've been speaking to a legal advisor on this, and if it's a keycap set, probably doesn't pass muster. We can't find a way for us with a keycap set unless we got bags of Qs, bags of As, bags of Bs, bags of Ds, and we physically went and handed them all out into individual boxes and did that, which we're never going to do. That would be the only way we could class a meaningful change, we think. With keyboards, if it comes pre-packaged and pre-built, no chance. If it's a keyboard kit and we assemble it, so we solder switches and we lubricate stabilizers and we build it, it's absolutely fine because we've done the build service. That's fine. We've added a meaningful change to it. If it's a kit and we just ship it out as a kit, probably not. If it's something we've designed in-house and we have one company machine the CNC parts, one company produced the gaskets, one company produced the PCBs, one company produced the screws, one company produced the other parts, whatever that might be, and they're all shipped to us in individual boxes, and then we assemble them into a unit and ship that unit, that is acceptable. So there are, it depends on how far you want to bend and stretch that meaningful change characteristic, and I suspect a lot of people will try and hide behind that and then get found out later on and get massive fines for it. So we'll see. This whole thing is such a mess. I just want to enjoy my couple of hobbies and not have to constantly worry about how the government is going to mess it up. I appreciate everything you and Upload do for us in the US. Oh, thanks, Delicious. Like, it's so hard. It's such a minefield. It's so difficult. And like, one of the things I want to do this year is GMK Midnight Rainbow Round 2. And I want to do it just through PT. I don't think it's going to be popular enough to warrant getting other vendors involved and hiking the price up.
Tasty.
Because, you know, we've got 10 worldwide vendors involved and everyone needs to make some money. So I was just going to do it as a small private run, not invite only, but kind of like, here's a form, fill it out and you'll get an invoice if you're within, like a raffle almost, to just get in, and we'll just order the bare minimum MQ 150 units and we'll just get it produced. I still am going to do that. That's the plan. And, you know, if we get 150 people join up, great. If we don't, we won't produce it. But it's going to question if people from the US will want to do it now. So we'll see. Guys, if you watch The Apprentice, very nice movie about Trump's life. Ha! Yeah. Correct. It's basically a made in the UK item, luckily. Yeah. And there are means for us to get there with some products, but for vast majority of products, it's hard for us to argue it. Great description of what Orange Man is up to. I agree with your take 100%. He's basically buttering up US citizens with salesman talk while stuffing his pockets behind the scenes, as far as I can tell. Yeah, I think we talked about this the other day, Rob, but he flip-flops on decisions so much because he's throwing the ball up in the air and he's letting other people hit the home run, and then he's grabbing the ball back and scrabbling and changing it back as quick as he can. And that's a metaphor for he's, you know, insider trading 101, right? So yeah. Where would you buy bags of DS? I don't know what DS is. Is this a setup, Kalain? Is this a setup? Are you trying to set me up? In a dark alley. Thank you, Best God, for the Prime sub. I really appreciate you, dude. I really appreciate that. Oh, where would you get a bag of these? Okay, okay. I'll sell you a bag of these. I will sell you a bag of these. That's not a problem. Yeah. I got you. I was yeah. I've got you now. I was you didn't capitalize the D in your first message, so like yeah, I got you. I'll send you a bag of these. Don't worry. I wish I had 1.5U supers for Midnight Rainbow. What did we include in the previous one? Did we not include supers? This is where I can't even remember my own kitting. What did we include? Wait, where's the base kit? Oh, we had code. Of course we had code. Yeah. I knew we had code. Yeah. Zizora, give me articulate your argument. Give me your argument for why super is more valid than code on Midnight Rainbow R2. Give me a reason. Oh, a 1.5U code. Yeah, okay, yeah, 1.5U code. Okay. Okay, actually. I was looking to keep it with the word super on it. We didn't do a 1.5U code. No. We only did 1U and 1.25U codes, and it was a 1.5U controls and alt GRs that we had, and alt, of course. Yeah, Rainbow's a super. Yeah. Hold on, I can show you the king. Here it is. This is the king for Midnight Rainbow round 1. Oop. Midnight Rainbow round 1. It's going to be broadly the same. You upset me as well as HHKV weirdo. There was a 1.5U control. Look, it's right there. 1.5U control. So you want me to add to this 1.5U supers? 2 1.5U supers. Is that what you want? 1.5U supers are not common in base kits. Yeah, they're not. Yeah. Super is longer than code and bigger and better. Okay. Bigger's always better, right? And another 1U alt. What did it need? Another? It had the 2. Why did it need 3 1U alts? What am I missing on 3 1U alts? What uses 3 1U alts? Super or code? I don't have a. I think code's better. I genuinely do. I missed usually the missing one. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had one of each color. We had one of each color on the 1U alts. Yeah. Usually missing 2 alts. Okay, cool. Yeah, we had those, and the kitting's broadly the same. Like the kitting I've had priced up at the moment is broadly the same as this. There's very few changes. Yeah. Okay. I will consider the supers. Maybe we just change the whole thing to supers and have 1U supers. No, I don't like 1U supers. Yeah, I can't get on board with that. It's gonna be code. Maybe we'll put how many 1.5U codes would you need? 2? Any chance of a pipe key on the enter row? Yeah, we can probably put. I think the pipe key for the enter row is already in the revised kitting. Yeah, I think the Bob Hot Shot. Yeah, the R3 pipe is there. I'm pretty sure. Windows keys. Yeah, I don't want to do Windows keys for it. Because I don't want to do Windows keys for it. As much as I love the traditional Windows keys, I don't think it fits the theme of Midnight Rainbow. Just more modern kits are a little more knitted out, modern materials, etc. Yeah, I did consider going down the whole modern materials route and stripping it back, but because of the gradient and how boards are slightly different, one of the other things we've had to do for the second round is include some different F-row keys, because the F13 is really common now and it wasn't when this ran 5 years ago. So like F13 actually moves over the kind of like delineation of where the stripes need to be. So because one of the big things that we did wrong on this version is the F11 here for this TK layout, the F11 should have been purple to keep and the F9 should have been blue, and we'd have had just one green key, but I wanted to have 2 of each color key because there was 2 of each color. If we have an F13, it kind of pushes it along and you kind of need both. So yeah, there's like considerations like that as well. Text and icon mods make Jack a dull boy. So the reason for text and icon mods on this set was because it allows the color to shine more, because you have like the red into the purple. The text and icon was like really good for the shift keys in particular, because it gave more of the color and it just felt like the color flowed better. When we did just icon only, I wasn't a fan of it. It didn't feel like it felt slightly underwhelming. And text only was just text only. So again, it was a sign of the times. It's, you know, it was designed in 2019, and I think we ordered it in 2019 actually. So yeah. Go Creative and use their new dual shotting method to make the Windows key multicolored. Yeah, so I want to do a GMK version this year. If that does well, there might be a Creative version in the future, but that's a different thing. Gradient kitting is always a pain to figure out. Yeah, do you know what's the kit? It is. I agree, and I know you've done it on Pandora and things like that. No one ever complained about this lineup for the blue and the green. Like, because if you look, the green here lines up, but it's almost lining up to the, you almost want the 7 in green, and you certainly want the F9 in blue, and you certainly want the F11 in purple. But no one ever raised that as an issue. Not a single person ever made that observation. So yeah, lines up better with F13. Yeah, it does, but we didn't have an F13 back then. So like F13 was not at all common back in 2019, and there was no F13 in the kit. So I suspect what people did is people who built it on an F13 would have probably used one of these 3 purple keys for the F13 key, and this was all shimmied across a little bit and it all just fit. Or they will have used an artisan or something like that. I don't know. Like, I haven't looked at enough user pictures to be able to determine the answer to that. But yeah. And then for the 65%, we kind of had all of the blue down here because these keys tend to be used in the 65%, but with gradient sets it's really difficult, because the idea was that we go through the rainbow to purple and then we go back through the rainbow, so blue and then green and then yellow as you come across to the numpad, so you ended up back at red, so you'd have red to red if you had like an 1800 layout. That was kind of the idea. So yeah, so there's some slight tweaks and it's already been kitted out and stuff, so yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry, HyperBeige. I know it's been a long time coming, but it's going to happen. It's going to be next month, September, back into September when the forms open, and it'll be first week in October for you to pay the bill. I think that's the current plan. I just need GMK to confirm everything, get the finalized kitting, and take some pictures of the original keycap set. That's it. We're good, and then it'll be good to run. There was a reason I didn't do 40 support for Pandora, dude. Gradient sets with 40s, impossible. Print as purple. No, print the idea is that the TKL cluster would always stay the stripes, but with the arrows all green, because it kind of flows better with the arrows all green. That's kind of the plan. Didn't realize Midnight Rainbow was such an all set. Yeah, it was originally designed in 2018, and then back then there was only 4 or 5 GMK sets run a year, so it was kind of in plan with Mike and the guys at Novel Keys for a long time. In fact, they took it on. They agreed to run it about the same time I joined Tuklak, which would have been late 2018, I think. And then during the course of 2019, it was delayed for a little bit. Sadly, my mum passed away in 2019, and like this was at the sort of time that Mike was like, "Jay, can you get this ready? Can you get that ready?" And I was like, "Dude, no, pause, put the brakes on." So then it ran later on. I can't remember the exact dates it ran, but I think it might have been the June or July time in 2019, and then it shipped out about a year later. So yeah, 40s is a nightmare. 40s are great. Kitting for 40s is difficult. Looks great. I like a total red on black set someday. There's been a few red on black sets. They always come out really nice. There's been a few. Gonna go up and put a review up for Midnight Rainbow, complaining about the gradient and how dirty the box was. Thanks, Kalain. So what Kalain's referring to there is yesterday we did. So yesterday I actually turned reviews on the PT website. This is not something we've ever had, because I've always tried to shy away from having people leave reviews. The site's kinked. Hold on, there we go. I always feel like it feels forced and not natural. But every single time we look at like Google Analytics and stuff like that, it's like, you need to do this, you need to do this. So we finally turned it on, so you can now leave reviews. So for example, Phil's just left a review on the GMK Dots Test Mat, and where there is a review, it shows it at the top in terms of number of stars, and you scroll down and there's a review, and look, oh, Phil has shared a nice picture of his Dots Test Mat. What a great photo as well. Fantastic. Sadly, we did get a review yesterday for a product that some people on Discord noticed, and the review was basically, the box arrived dirty, 1 star. And it's like, well, there was nothing wrong with the product, but the box was dirty. So I unfortunately, boxes can get dirty in shipping, sadly. It's just one of those things, but it's fine. I hope the customer's happy. I've actually reached out to the customer and said, you know, I hope your package was okay. Is the product okay? Do I need to do anything? I don't want them to change the review or anything. That's fine. I just want to make sure that they didn't have a problem with the box. Sorry, a problem with the product, just a problem with the box. Any place one can find recent GMK pricing. I assume there's an MOQ for them to bother, but wondering whether it would be possible to have whatever missing keys mods I can convince my friends we all need made. So basically, so you talking about doing like a small kit for a few different keys. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna have an MOQ. So for example, we made these. This is just a PT keycap with GMK. It's pink. It's got our logo on it. It's kind of got the marbled effect. The bill for this was 1,800 euros for 2,000 keycaps, and that was the lowest we could. I think we could. Oh, in fact, no. We could have ordered just 1,000, and it was about €1.40 per key if we'd have done that. So we ordered 2,000. It was about 1,800 euros for that. If you're doing like a full kit, I think it's 150 is the minimum MOQ, as long as it's not custom colors. If it's custom colors, it's 250 MOQ. So yeah. Pandora's gradient kitting was really excellent. It wasn't till I got it that I realized how much work it must have been. I have it on a board just here. So Snicket found the cheat code for this. This is Pandora on a JO1 final edition. So Snicket found the cheat code. If you remember, the gradients on my set went this way. Snicket found the cheat code. Go the other way with the gradient. It makes it much easier because most keyboards are consistent in their stagger. It's only ortholinear that's broken then, which ortholinear is broken with any gradient set. So he actually went the right way with this. And of course then you can replicate it on the macro keys. So yeah, so Snicket did the right thing here. Do we have to have an 18 plus block now we have reviews? So I'll just delete anything that's unfair. It's already set up in the review stuff on the website that if you put like a profanity in there, it's held for review rather than automatically published. So yeah. Can you only do stars, or is that just a bad idea? I think you have to enter some text for the review. And I think having text is a good idea. Like, it explains why people make decisions. I think it's fine. True Blaze, hey man, good to see you. The burgundy purple keycap color in that set is gorgeous. Yeah, I think it did a really good job on Pandora. He did a really good job on it. Will be fun, but there wasn't even much of a market for Pandora when it ran, let alone now. Yeah, I was always really sad about how Pandora did. Like, I always expected it to do more, but it's a lovely set. You did good work, Snicky. You did good work. Thank you for getting the Gateron GT60 Pro board. Do you have any cases in stock that would fit it, if okay to ask? The GT60, the PCB, Myers, I don't think we have any keyboards that would fit the PCB because we don't have any 60% cases in stock right now. I'm trying to think who might. I think mech boards, if you're in the UK, they might have some, but we don't have anything that fits for that, I'm afraid. We might do in the future, but nothing right now. That was me being excited about Midnight Rainbow, not a criticism. That's fine. Don't worry, Kevy Babes. I know what you meant. It's a long time. Could change R2 to this, to the other gradient. Maybe. I don't think I'll change the gradient. I like the way it goes. So I will need to convince 149 other people that the word needs a base kit where all the mods say suck it. Do you know what? Base God? If you did a suck it, like, set, something like the Alt GR... Okay, let me show you what I mean. If you did something like the Alt GR set, which is like a kit that just got angry alts in it. So it's just got... That's it. That's the kit. If you did, like, 2 1.25 U keys and 2 1.5 U keys saying suck it in black on white, white on black, and Dolch, maybe, you'd probably get those sold. That would probably sell. That would probably sell. I want the JO3. Oh, that was the JO1 final edition. The JO3 I have in the same colorway though as the prototype. Yeah. Can you shift Midnight Rainbow 2? What Zora said. I prefer the other way of doing it, but it does make it more difficult. I made it easier to kit, but I had a fair amount of people asking me to change the gradient direction. Yeah, exactly. You're never going to please everyone, so I think you've got to go with what the vision for the set is, not necessarily what the easiest way to kit it is. I love Pandora. Actually using it right now. Nice, nice. Gotta love a hobby where such mods are encouraged. I shall proceed. Dolch only with a non-R5 Dolch. Dude, is that salt that I detect there? Okay, right. Without should we look at some keyboard products? Because I've talked for like, wait, how long have we been streaming now? An hour and a quarter about nothing but taxes, Orange Men, and a few others. Yeah, I've got a meeting this week with Manu and about the JO3, and I'm looking forward to it. We need to figure out costs and pricing, and I need to speak to Clever over at Clever Keeps about doing a EC Dynapack kit for both the JO1 and the JO3 as an option. So there's a little bit of work left to be done, but it's going to happen at some point soon. Right, show us HyperBeige. Yeah, let's. Where do you want to start, guys? Should we? Where do you tell me where you want to start? Do you want to start with? Let's do a poll. I'll draft up a poll really quickly. Where's the creator dashboard gone? There it is. And you can tell me whether you want to see. Where's the poll button? Manage poll. No, I don't want to do that. New poll. Okay, cool. Right, poll's live. Not the poll as in the POLE. That's in my bedroom. The poll as in which do you want to see first? It's live. To be honest, hardly anyone liked the gradient at all. Had a significant amount of people asking for the same colours on a standard colour layout. That's interesting. That's interesting. And to the chat in general, will Hall effect switches significantly improve my life and make me feel more handsome? FOMO, but also I'd hate to toss 1,000 plus MX switches. My experience of Hall effect is that it's nice and it's fine. There's no downside to it, but it doesn't give me as a power user type of coding, developing, writing, doesn't give me any extra benefit from that perspective. And typically I haven't found a Hall effect switch that sounds as good as some of the really good sounding MX switches. I think the only reason to switch to HE is if you need things like the rapid trigger fire that Hall effect gives you over standard MX type, sockets and switches at the moment. But that might change over time. As more and more Hall effect switches come out. And there is some really good ones now. We might find that flips. I'm all for EC, just usually a pain for ISO. I've been burnt a couple of times buying with it in mind, but no plate file or PCB misses out the positions. Sailor V, still great boards. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Dynacap for both the JO1 and the JO3. Clever doesn't know this yet, but we are. And we will support ISO as part of that, yeah. You really shouldn't keep people in your bedroom. Not that kind of poll. Okay, it looks like we're going to be unboxing HyperBeige first. HE switches only come in linear. Not so true. There are now tactile switches coming. There are now some tactile HE switches coming. So don't worry, tactile friends. Tactile Hall effect is not a million miles away. I'm not sure how much more. I assume it's all public now, but yeah, tactile Hall effect is coming. Another fork in your road. Such is life, right? That answer was lovely. MX till I die. I can't see myself moving away from MX for the time being for the vast majority of what I do. Like yeah, I just can't. I can't. Like there's so many good MX switches and so many of my boards are MX as well that I can't see me moving away from it. There's no downside to retaining MX at the minute. The only reason to change is because you want the latest Hall effect stuff, and if you aren't, and even if you are a gamer, the high-end gaming stuff, like it's only like the top percentage of players that can do it. It's not everybody, so yeah. Reeds are HE and a mix of Topra and HE. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, I mean they are. They're a bit of a weird thing, but there are tactiles coming for HE. Yeah. Right. Okay. You guys have voted for HyperBeige, so let's move the cloud line out of the way, and I will show you the packaging for HyperBeige first. So this is my personal set. This is HyperBeige. It is here. It is real. I'm 35 years old. I've sucked at Counter-Strike for ages. That Hall effect will make me peak in you. Yeah, dude. Like I'm significantly older than you, and it's not gonna make me. Can't get over Jay sending that poor fellow a dirty box. Legit scumbag behavior. I understand that he's upset if something's dirty. Like people want nice, clean things. I completely get it. I understand. But like boxes just in general can get dirty when we're shipping them. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. And packaging is there. Like if the packaging gets damaged, I get that you can be upset about that. But packaging is there for one big reason. It's to protect the product, right? As long as the product's good, it's good. So I don't want anyone to like pile onto a customer for complaining about that. But I do wish they'd reached out beforehand because we'd have sorted something out. We would have come to an agreement or something. Now he makes excuses about dirty boxes. Yeah. Label. Look at this box. Label rips and everything. It looks like someone drove over this look. Looks like someone drove over it. Just a few things to point out on the packaging. I do love the OK Boomer sticker here. That's pretty cool. It's a tribute to Bunny Lake. I don't know how much sarcasm's behind that, but that's fine. We've got the HyperBeige logo on the side. We've got good old Oblotsky Industries in there. HyperBeige. And then HyperBeige and GMK. And then on the back, it's Beige's love, Beige's life. Beige's love, Beige's life, and G-Tor's little logo at the back as well. So yeah. So all orders for this have already shipped out. And extras will be in stock on Friday at 6 o'clock. FU hammers and there was raindrops on the cardboard box. Oh man. His logo is massive, but I still missed it. Wait, what? It's there. It's just underneath all the tape, which isn't real tape. It's just got our lovely little HyperBeige card, proving it's a real set. It's pretty nice. Hyperfuse for us old folk. It's Hyperfuse but beige, yeah. So this is the base kit. Look at those colors. Super, super nice. Super, super classy. And of course, there is the rest of the compatibility as well. Split space bars, R5 bottom row, caps lock controls, you know, everything you could possibly need. The only downside is there's no UK ISO in this. It just wasn't going to work. Is the delete flipped? Wait, what? What do you mean, the delete key? I'm not sure what you mean. Second box, top left. Oh, okay, yeah. That's F13. So yeah, there we go. The other thing I do have, and we don't have many extras for this. Like, I think the extras for this kit are going to go really quickly. Like, I think the base kit will last a couple of weeks. We have very, very few extras of this kit, which is the Accents kit. But it's got some really, really cool keys. It's got the Hyper and Beige keys, which are really cool. It's got the Boomer key here, but it's also got the OK Escape key. So you've got OK Boomer. And you've also got that in ISO, which is great. OK Boomer. It's got the GMK key. It's got the other ISO key. This is a really cool kit. I'm really upset that we didn't buy more of this because, wow, it's a cool set. It's like an Easter egg for you now. R5 is based. I agree. Don't say it's Hyperfuse, but Beige or Oko will appear. It's fine. Hyper key for the win. Yeah, the hyper keys are cool. I do like a hyper key. It's the R5 as well. I love R5. It's cool. It's so much more expensive to produce, but it's nice. And Puma ends. Absolutely, it's great, right? Should have been 2 F8s instead of the F13. Yeah, like when Wilbur did the F8 group buy, or like the meme set. Why are you guys so fixated on ISO? Took me a few weeks to get used to ANSI years ago and haven't looked back since. What am I missing? I think it's primarily history, right? So ISO is predominant across most of Europe, and it's definitely predominant here in the UK, which I could speak of my own experiences for. Pretty much every keyboard I used up until 2011, 2012 was ISO. So I've spent, 30 years of my life solely using a UK ISO layout keyboard. All of the historic ones, the old ones, the IBMs, the cherry boards, all of the stuff that I used over the course of being a child had ISO. And the UK legend version of ISO, UK ISO. So for me, it just became habit and constant and nice. And when I first joined the keyboard hobby, like trying to switch to ANSI was really hard for me. I can do it now and I can go back and forth without even thinking about it, but that's because I change keyboard on my desk daily now. At the time, I really struggled with it, and genuinely, I do prefer how UK ISO looks. I think the ISO key breaks up the cluster a little bit nicer. It's nice and big. It's easy to see. I like having left shift and split left shift because you have an extra key. There's more functionality. More functionality's got to be better. That's a terrible argument. So yeah, but there's a few reasons why I like it, and the biggest of that is just it's because it's what I'm used to. It's because it's what I've always known. It's because of what I like. It's because it's what I'm used to. So I get that a lot of people have moved away from ISO. I get that a lot of people have ditched it, but I will always try and put UK ISO support in sets that I utilize. I think there are still some people who never got that F8 key from the OG run. There's a few, yeah. I'm a split backspace enjoyer, and that unfortunately doesn't work with ISO. Otherwise, I would have loved to use it. Why does split backspace not work with ISO? Why? Why can't you have split backspace in ISO? Why? Caratox, I don't understand that. You can absolutely put split backspace on an ISO board. I think I've got a board with it. Let me look. I'm sure I'll have a board with split backspace and ISO enter somewhere. I've definitely built boards that way. You watch, I won't be able to find an example now, but I have absolutely built boards that way. Okay, I'm only finding, anyway, look. Let me show you. Okay, so we have here a board built with split backspace. Okay, you can absolutely build this with ISO enter. Look, ISO enter and the key that goes next to ISO enter. Let's find it. So ISO enter and the pipe / key, or well, it wouldn't be that bit. There you go. They take up the same space as those two keys. So you can absolutely build this with split backspace and ISO enter. It's absolutely doable. Oh, you want to have the little HHKB backspace as well? Okay, sure, but you can still build the board with ISO enter. Yeah. Just grew up with it. I used to get locked out from computers at work with an ANSI keyboard. They soon bought me an ISO board after a week, so getting my password wrong. That's fair. I forced my team to import me a US keyboard Dell laptop. Nice. You could have just bought a Mac. Standard here as well. Whenever I use a laptop keyboard, I hit enter instead of backspace. People hate me on Teams. I've tried using ANSI. It's fine, but I just don't like it. Soren still has a set of ISO OG double straps waiting for board. Dude, I've got load. Like at one point I was trying to collect all of the languages that had been done in the EU in ISO layout in both double shot and in DICEUB. I had English, Portuguese, French, Spanish, Czechoslovakian, and a few others. Belgian. I've given some of the sets away, and I've tended to want to keep Swiss, and I tend to want to keep 1 or 2 of them now. But I did at one point have a really big collection of them. Love the old stuff. Just has split backspace. Yeah. Okay, so you just wanted the key here for split backspace. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. You could. Do you know what the answer to that is? The answer to that is to have this on tap dance. So if you tap it, it's enter, but if you hold it, it's delete, or vice versa. Backspace. I've done that before. I've had that before. I've had it before on 40s with an ISO enter, where it was, if you hit it once, it was space. If you held it, it was enter. So I've done that before too. There are options. Came on a plane, you turn back modes now. Oof. I really got them just for the Alt-GR key, but for whatever reason my OG ANSI set is a warmer tone of beige than my OG ISO set. It's probably just yellowed with age. As in those aged keycaps pulled off old German boards or whatever. Are they in demand? I think I have tons. So the old DICEUBs came in pretty much every language you can think of. Belgian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Polish, Hungarian, Swiss, British. Of course, there was American as well. There was absolutely loads of them. There's even some with like Arabic sublegends and things like that. So yeah. Tried using the ISO pipe as backspace. It's hard, but it'd probably work. Yeah, you probably could do that as well too. Yeah. I prefer to scoop my eyeballs out with the small spatch than buy a Mac. Fair. I use both of that issue. I just keep forgetting to set the layout on Windows. Fair. Czechoslovakian. Czech and Slovak layouts have different legends. Yeah, so I might have used the word Czechoslovakian because there was I know it was all one country at one point, which is when the keycaps were produced. So I think they were labeled as Czechoslovakian, but I only ever had the Czech variant of the language. In fact, I still have them. I can show you them. These are them here. These are OG Czech DICEUBs, I believe. I think this is the Czech board. So yeah. Apologies if that upset anyone. I didn't mean to upset anyone. Exists. But yeah. Anyone name the board? Anyone able to tell what the board is? Give you a clue. It came with a matching numpad. Okay, let's put this keyboard to one side. That's clever with the backspace and enter. Yeah, and tap dance is good. It's hard to get used to though. Sure, they're just lying there if others want them. Yeah. Are there actually Polish cherry caps? I think so. Sorry, I've never had Polish. If I said Polish before, I've never had them, but I'm pretty sure they did make them. If you look at the old article codes, there was a code for Polish, but I've never actually seen them. I had quite a lot. I do have a list somewhere of what I did have. I know for certain I had Belgian. I know for certain I had Portuguese. I know for certain I had French, German, Spanish, the Czech ones, and British ones. And Swiss ones. I've definitely got the Swiss ones still. In fact, I think I've got all of them apart from Belgian still. And I know that someone came and got the Belgian ones a little while back. I do love my ISO, and I build all my boards with it. Also, good natural wallet savers. I only buy boards with ISO support and keycaps with international and Nordic hits. That's fair. If you're just sitting on them, you could probably move them fairly fast and make a nice book on them. Absolutely. Any updates regarding the CBAS FE TH edition? All the updates are on our updates pages, dude. That's a base build right there. Heine TKL. Yeah, that's one. Heine TKL. Yeah. I think GMK Prussian Blue should be soon. It is, yeah, it's not too far away. You and Diego have the market cornered with all the OG cherry cap variants. Diego has way more than I have. Like, he has way more than I have. Yeah, he's got like his collection is saying. You gotta go soon. You want to see the Manta? Yeah, okay. Let me put this away. We can do the Manta next. Let me put this back. Why is that sticking? There we go. Where did I put the box? Oh, it's there. Let's get rid of this other keyboard as well. His collection is wild. Yeah, I mean, you can see my keycap sets in the background. There's about 250, I want to guess there. I haven't counted them, but I'd guess about 250. And there's a few, like this one and HyperBeige, which aren't in there. There's a load on keyboards. Oh, you haven't seen the like, it goes all the way down to the floor. There's like, there's even more boards that you can't see. And even more boards that you can't see. Like, it just goes on. Thanks for correcting me. It looks like the Polish ones are out in the wild. I'm sure I've seen Polish. I'm just looking at that link you dropped. Yeah, okay, I don't have that, but I definitely don't have those, but it does look like they are there. There's also some really weird oh yeah, okay, actually, right. Let's see if anyone can identify the language on this keyboard. Let's see if anyone can identify this. So we know this is a Gravograph board, because I talked about it on stream a couple of weeks ago. Can anyone identify the language used here based off of their keycaps? These are made by Cherry. These are OG Cherry keycaps. Can anyone identify what these were produced for? I'd be impressed if anyone can. Show me your keycap storage solution. That's it. Manta. This is a prototype. I think the Manta logo is slightly off kilter. We're going to do that with the upside down question mark. So what have we got here? We've got an aluminium plate. We have a polycarbonate plate. We have a PCB. I believe this has already been desoldered. You might have seen this board on a previous build stream. I'll if I get it the right way around. Gondolindrum. Pole. Nice. Gaskets. I think that's everything up there. Okay. Where did I get that? Where did I get what, Eamon? Where did I get what, dude? Are you ready for this? So we'll be building this board on stream on Sunday. Right, let me zoom the camera in a little bit. Let me zoom in just a touch. We'll be building this on Sunday. I haven't decided how we're going to build it yet, but we will be. Do you want to guess the colour? Do you think anyone can guess the colour? The drawer behind me. These are made by a company called Bisley, and I had custom fronts made for it. They're two people can't spell orange. Orange. O-I-N-G. Custom pink. Is that the pumice? PC. What colour do you think it is? Is that not like the prettiest sight in keyboards? See the sparkle? Look at the sparkle. Look how nice that is. Look how this hip just shows through. Do you want to see the bottom? Look at the slight curvature here. I don't know if you saw it from here as well, but there's the curve there as well that way. Look at that. I do love when you have like gentler, soft curves on platforms like this, and the way that the light reflects off stuff like here. That you just get different tonality of the copper based on the lighting that's hitting it. Like, look at the difference between here and here. It's just, the tones are just kind of crazy because you've got that change in variation of slope and curve that just changes how the board looks under different light. And you've got some really cool details, like there is a curvature here on the little lip. Can you see that? Like there's curvature here. Camera, please. Focus here. There. There's a curve in that. That's really nice. And this hip that runs all the way down the back and down the sides is just super nice. And the fact that the hip has the curve shared by the top of the case here, like this isn't a straight line, this is curved. It's just super, super nice. And of course you've got the roundel inside, and the way it kind of like deepens into like a cavern behind there, and the light just picks out the details. Like, it's just super pretty. Like when you open it up and you see that. Super, super nice. And the sparkle's good too. The camera never picks up the sparkle really well, but I think you can kind of see it here, how there's a sparkle in the colour. There's just something tactile about having like a little hip here and just running your hands and fingers down the hip. It sounds like a euphemism. I don't mean it that way. Yeah, what a pretty thing. What an absolutely beautiful thing. A few more curves and you've got half a Union flag. Yeah, it does look a little bit like the Union flag if you get it like on the right angle. Like here, you can see the shape of the Union flag there. God damn, it's sexy. Yeah. Machinists must love this. There's a lot of work goes into machining these. The way you explain it just sounds like key porn. Heh. Sparkle spray paint is good, but looks terrible on camera also. Well, this is a coating that's sparkle coating, but it's almost impossible to pick up how the light plays off of it in real life. Like, it just doesn't want to. Cameras don't like sparkly things, but you can kind of see how there's like a little blue sparkle in that paint. It's really, really nice. That got weird fast. But it's nice. I do like the little, you can see the hip here, this delineation here between two different surfaces. Like, it's only very, very slight, the change in angle, but those hips are just really, really nice to feel. Like when you've got a keyboard and you can feel that hip just as you rest your hands at the side of it. It's always lovely. Yeah, what a beautiful thing. I'm really, really excited to build this. I've been looking forward to it. Of course, it's got the Bion bolt, the 45-degree bolts as well. Or Bion style bolts. Absolutely love it already. Wallet's so happy I refuse to go above 60%. Yeah, I feel like you're missing out. Okay, time to put it away. As I say, we'll build this on Sunday. Maybe we'll put the HyperBeige caps on it, who knows. But yeah, I'm excited to put this together. And apologies if that came across as a bit pornographic. It was not my intention. It was not my intention. Cafe would work really, really well. You know, the 65% enjoy it, but there are exceptions. There's always exceptions. In fact, maybe we do DCS Cafe. You think I should do sensual keyboard ASMR talks? Rack? Is that what I should do? Apologies. Enjoyed the maybe I'll record some new Insta content just for you guys. Should really part with the 65s I have. Is Mech Market still the place to go to check whether any of them are worth anything? Yeah, I think Mech Market is still pretty active. I don't really shop on the aftermarket myself much these days, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty active. Okay, so that's the two unboxings done. Should we have a quick look on GMK and see what's happening on there? See if there's anything cool happening on GMK. There's very little in my unread, so we're just gonna have a look at these. I'm just gonna open them all up. Or anything we've not looked at before. Okay, let's take a look at these. Okay, so first up we have CYL Power 2048. Inspired by the PowerBook, featuring extended 2048 accent colours and as close as possible PowerBook 100 base colour. It's a lovely set. Like, extended 2048 is one of the sets that I think should have sold a lot better than it did. It's a solid base set as well. Do love the Mac icons on CYL. Oh look, with the coloured accents keys in, so nice. I got both. Is icing? Oh, is icing? Yeah, it's icing. Yeah. Third base kit. Oh, can you imagine doing this? Look at this. This is so cool. It's such a big base kit. That'd be really cool to do. Be expensive, but it'd be cool. Novelties kit as well. Yeah. complete international set. And he's playing a Kiss, so maybe we'll see an international kit for it as well. It's nice. Gotta love the extended 2048 sets. Always really good. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, so this, I don't know how long you guys have been in the hobby, but DCS Cream Cheese was one of the sets that I was chasing for years and years and years back in the day. I didn't join the original pre-order. I wish I had. And I remember, I think it was Zambamon who found me a set eventually. And then I have no idea what happened to it because I don't have it anymore. So I'm really happy that this is running again. We are going to be the vendor for this in the UK. But it's such a nice set. Greens, got the old Geek Hack logos, DCS, the good font. What could you not love about it? We will be doing hopefully be doing a UK ISO kit as well, but for this, yeah, there it is. But you'll get that with any base kit purchase, but only through PT. So if you want the UK ISO keys, you have to buy it through us, which is nice. I do love this set. Look how good it looks on red. It's almost like a watermelon type effect. Lovely. Absolutely love it. Isn't it huge and spenny though? Is what huge and spenny? Sorry, Rag. What's huge and spenny? Can you check when my Ruki will arrive? Now you're on Geek Hack anyway. Ruki comes when the ice cream machine breaks. Beautiful looking. Yeah. Friend hates the font, but I love it. I don't want to tell him because I don't want to get rented out. The 2048 sets. It's not that expensive. We have it in stock right now. In stock. It's 30% off as well, so it's 150 quid, but you add it to cart, and it becomes £104, including VAT for the base kit. 104 quid. And we've got both base kits in stock as well. You've got the light base kit or the dark base kit. And I think we've got the dark international kit as well. Again, that's 30% off too. So, yeah. 104 quid, I think that's reasonable. It's a reasonable. Considering the size of the base kit, like, it's a big base kit, and that green is that color in real life. It's really cool green. I think it's pretty well priced. Where's the dark base kit? There it is. The dark's the only one I own, but yeah. Where are we? There we go. So yeah, DCS cream and cheese round 3. I'm excited for it. Okay, this is just a random Reddit thread. What's the best TKL keyboard kit I could buy? Anything that stands out? Interesting. Oh, this is from July. Weird thread. How to make my PC compatible with these new glorious HE switches? Oh, this is an old thread as well from December. Okay, we don't need to look at that. Oh, the Shy 60. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is actually kind of interesting. So they've got the gasket strip mounting, and is there a good picture of it? I don't want to put the videos on, but it's a really pretty looking keyboard. I really do like this kind of design on the weight here. Everybody loves a cherry lip. Such a nice 60. I don't know who the vendors are for this yet. I don't know if we've been asked yet or not. If we have, Sharon hasn't let me know. But it's got this cool little stripe on the side. I really like it. I think it looks great. I think it looks really, really great. I thought it was about 180 quid. No, it's not that. The engraving, no HHKB. No, I don't think it has a HHKB version. Oh, Mad Max, up and coming new designer. GMK City Pop new. Some great choices of colours here. I think this would be better if it was rendered on a white background so you could see clearly. But it's a really cool set of colours. I do like the colours. I think the blue background detracts from it a little bit. Nice Naughty UK kit. Some cool novelties as well. Like this one here with the car. Right up my street. Absolutely right up my street. What a cool set. Yeah, like looks much better as soon as you see it on like a silver board. I really dig this. This is my kind of thing. Did I see this? Can I open that? Is that stream safe to open? Oh, it shows new engravings on the Shy 60. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh wait, where's the other side bit gone? Okay, I love the front profile as well. It's very HHKB-ish looking, and I love the hip that you can see as well. It's very pretty from the back too. I do like this weight design here. I do really like it. Oh, here's the base. Little logo here. That color. That color's got to be the one. That color with HyperBeige on it. Chef's kiss. There's more images. Yeah, that color with HyperBeige on it. Really nice. I do like this bit, but I think I preferred the older version. Okay. What else have we got to look at? Introducing the Athena. Do you know what? I saw this when it came out. And do you know what I really like about this board? The fact that it's got an owl on it. I have like on my leg, I have like on my calf, I have a tattoo of an owl. It's about a foot tall, 30 centimeters tall. And my hometown is a town called Leeds, and the logo for Leeds is an owl. So I love anything to do with owls. I think this is just such a cool keyboard. These are interesting too. Do you know what I don't like about it? I don't like that it's a two-tone match here for brass. I'd have made this one piece for the whole base. I'd have just like put this bit on the base, like had the base without a hole in it and had that engraved in the base, I think, if I was doing it. And I'm not sure that this works either. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, like I think this base would look so much better if it was just all brass. Like if the whole thing was just brass, it'd be a bit nicer. And this just feels like a cheap clone of our pen railed from the J series, or like the way that Mode do their indented accent. Yeah, I don't like these cuts on the side. I think that it'd look cleaner without them. Maybe if you wanted to put like a bit of polycarbonate and have it as a window for RGB, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like it's just missing the mark. I don't see. Is there no prototypes of this? This would be so much better if this was just one piece. So much better. And the screws, like you don't have the screws from the inside. Keep that bottom looking a bit cleaner. Like you can see better on the black one how it'd be if it was all one piece. I do love the owl though. I do love the owl. Is this actually running now? Almost do testing the proton. We're posting that here shortly too. Is it actually live? Group buy is live. Where's it sold? Am I just missing the link? Oh, is it just on their website? Oh, you can pre-order it. How much is it? $300. I like the configurator, but God, there's a lot of options there. Gimmicky, maybe? I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I think it could be nicer. Like, I think there's some great ideas in this. I think it could be refined to be nicer, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. Okay, I think that's everything then. I think we've covered everything on Geekhack that I hadn't already talked about. So many side cuts. It had the side things with LEDs. Doing a bit too much. Yeah. Dots 2U keys. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see. Maybe if you lent into that, it would have worked a little bit better. But yeah, it's cool. They should have taken the phrase "less is more" into their design choices. Yeah, was this the one that was done like on Reddit and like people were just offering feedback on Reddit and they designed it based around feedback? Like, I understand why people do that, because they're wanting to create a product that sells, right? That's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to garner mass market appeal and whatever else. I get that. But the best projects in keyboards are the one where someone says, I wanted this, so I designed it for me. Are you guys interested? Those tend to be the better projects, in my opinion. Like if someone says, I've designed this, I just want to share this with you to see if you like it as well. Because if not, it's cool. I've got mine. I've got my prototype. I've got this one. I've made one. It's cool. I love it. But do you want one as well? And just, I think those are the projects that tend to be nicer when you're talking $300, $400, $500, $600 for a keyboard, right? I don't know. You guys might disagree. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. Soren says, but at the same time, make stuff you like. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay. I think we're saying the same thing there. Right, okay. Been streaming for a couple of hours now. It is time for me to get off and head home and have some dinner because it's 5 o'clock here in the UK. I've got a few things I need to do and tidy up at the workshop before I go. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate your time. I will be live again on Sunday where we'll actually build the Manta and probably put HyperBeige on the board, but you guys will be able to vote for keycaps, so we'll see. Anyone got any experience with custom weights, mate? Ask in Discord, based code. And Squirrely Stuff, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Right, okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to head off home now. I'll see you again on Sunday. Take care. Come and watch on Instagram, anywhere else, wherever. Be nice to see you around. Take care.